Okay, I'm the assistant professor work for the Center for General Education in this floor. Maybe you have contact with. And I'm also the adjunct assistant research fellow of the Center for Humanity Research of Zhenju University. And there's my email and my web page. I will put this on our learning internet platform so you can download it later. So I show this information for you because if you want to give me some advice or any question you want to ask, so please feel comfortable to contact me. So about this course named Globalization and Social Development, it aims to teaching the knowledge of international relations, especially in the post-Cold War era, to people, to our students, because our school thinks those knowledge is very important. The things happening in the international community is related with everyone's daily life, with our national security and our economic development. So those is a very important knowledge. And about the way this course will operate, there is a classroom lecture. That means most of the time this course will teach by me. I will stay right here and speak English. Yeah. And although the time of our class is very late, but I still try to invite some scholars from other university to be our guests, so they can share some research views with us. And there are two scholars I have already contacted, and they agreed to be our guests. The first one is the Professor Liu Taiti, who is the young scholar from Nanjiang University, and his research area is Japan's foreign policies. So he can share some research idea about, for example, Prime Minister Abe Shinzo's international strategy. And the other one is the Dr. Lu Xinji, who is the research fellow from the Zhongxi University. And Dr. Lu's research area is very special. It's North Korea. And he actually visited North Korea a few months before and took some picture and video from there. So I think he can share some interesting information with us. And we will spend 2 weeks for the documentary appreciation. I will prepare 2 documentary short movie. We can watch together. And this course has a midterm exam at week 9. We have a midterm exam, but it will be very, very easy. First, although the test paper will be English proposition, but it will only has the multiple choice questions. So all you have to do is write down the number. And the question will be very easy. I will only give you some question about the basic knowledge of international relations. For example, who is the current president of the United States? Donald Trump. What is OBOR? Has anyone heard that before? One bill, one road. So that means you're going to find your partner, 4 to 6 partner, and work together for the final group report and make a presentation. You can present your report in Chinese. That's okay. You don't have to speak English. So don't worry about it. And the subject of the report is depend on you. If you choose the subject you want to research, it has to be related with international relations. You can talk some issues very serious. For example, the foreign policy of the United States, the one way one road. But you can also introduce some soft issues such as the K-pop of South Korea. It's also welcome. And if you want to get some extra points, you can give me a personal report. Just write down and talk about the things that you care about that happening in the international community. For example, you have some thoughts about the protest in Hong Kong, things like that. So write down and give it to me, and you will get some extra points. So that is the basic rule about the grade evaluation. So bigger exam, final group report, and the class participation and attendance. I will check the attendance every week. let me show you what we are going to do specifically this semester. Week 1, the subject is the course introduction. That's what I'm doing right now. And I will make a short introduction about the globalization and international relations later. And week 2, we're going to talk about the U.S. foreign policy. I think you will all agree with me if I say the United States is the most powerful country in the world today. So its foreign policy is not only related with the national security and interest of the United States, but related with almost every country in the world. Especially some countries depend on the protection of the United States, such as Taiwan. Okay. Week 3, the subject is the blueprint of U.S. Asia-Pacific strategy and its influence. I think you know that in the past few decades, the United States worked very hard to try to maintain its presence in East Asia. For example, it established the alliance system with the South Korea, Japan, or even Australia. So why the United States want to participate in the regional affair in East Asia so actively? I will explain the reason for you this week. It is China's rising sea power and 21st century maritime Silk Road. We will explain the expansion of China in the maritime space and discuss how the Chinese government tried to extend its sphere of influence through the diplomatic plan and 21st century maritime Silk Road. Week 5, we'll make a documentary appreciation, watch a movie. The name of the movie is Death by China. And that documentary was made by Peter Navarro. I don't know if anyone heard this name before. Peter Navarro is a well-known professor of economic professor from the University of California. And he's also the chief of economic advisor for the President Trump right now. So in this documentary, Professor Navarro explains why the United States government regard China as an enemy and decide to launch the trade war on China. Week 6, the subject is China's mass incident. Has anyone heard the term mass incident before? It's actually means the protest or demonstration. Those things happen in Taiwan. I think it is extremely normal because we're a democratic country, right? And some people will think, oh, that will not happen in China since China is still an authoritarian country. No, that's not. That's wrong. Actually, there are more than 83,000 protests and demonstrations happening in China per year. And some of them are much more violent than the protests that happen in Hong Kong. So I will explain to you why and how those things happen. Okay, week 7, the subject is the Sino-Africa relations. We will explain the current situation of the African continent and the development, the history of the development of the China and Africa's relationship. And week 8 is our first time on the expert speech. Professor Liu Taiki will come to our class and share his research view about the Japan's foreign policy with us. And week 9 is the midterm exam. And I will tell you what I'm going to, the question I'm going to give you on week 9 in the week 8. So please come to class. Okay? On week 10, the subject is about the rising experience of South Korea. It's a very special country, and I always feel very interested in that. In Taiwan, some people in Taiwan, they so love South Korea, the K-pop, the drama or movie, things like that. And some people in Taiwan, so hate South Korea. I don't know why. Sport, things like that, maybe. No matter you like it or not, you have to admit that South Korea has a very successful development experience. It has amazing economic power and play an important role in the regional politics. And week 11, we will talk about North Korea. Dr. Lu Xinji will come to our class and share some ideas of North Korea. You probably will realize the things you heard from the news media before about North Korea is not totally true. Week 12, the subject is about regional integration and multilateral cooperation. We will introduce two regional organizations for you, which are the SCO Shanghai Cooperation Organization. That is a multilateral organization founded by China, Russia, and some Central Asia countries. And the other one is ASEAN. I think some of you might have heard that before. It's very, actually, it's most famous and most influential organization in East Asia, which is organized by 10 countries in the region of Southeast Asia. Okay, week 13, we are going to talk about the issue about the non-traditional security. I mean, when we talk about international security, most of people will think about the things like nuclear bomb or military conflict, things like that. But the truth is, the things that constitute and present threats to other countries is actually some new things we never noticed before, such as like the international crime, epidemic disease, and climate change. So, week 13, we're going to introduce the issue of international drug crime. And week 14, we are going to watch the other documentary, which is Before the Flood. It's a very famous documentary, which was made by National Geographic Channel and a very famous celebrity from Hollywood, and his name Leonardo DiCaprio. That documentary is about the climate change and the impact to the human civilization. Week 15 is about the cyber politics. We will introduce the cyberspace is actually become a new stage of international relations, and we will talk about the digital threats that the modern country has to deal with. Week 16 and 18 is your report presentation. You show your PowerPoint and present your report in Chinese or in English, that would be better. And week 17 is a national holiday, New Year's Day. So let's make a very short introduction about the international relations. I spent a whole week to prepare this PowerPoint. I think it's very beautiful. It's always. Okay. If you look at the history of the 1960s, there's almost no one ever heard the term globalization. It's just an unfamiliar term in the Webster dictionary. No one knows that. Until the 1980s, there are some scholars start to think about globalization. Some scholars they believe globalization will be the near future of human civilization because the Cold War has been eased. And in the 1990s, the globalization has become the reality. Not only the imagination to the future, it has become a reality. One of the reasons is the Cold War has been ended. So every country can communicate with other countries. The other reason is this guy. Too small. Bill Clinton. Have you anyone heard it before? His wife is much more famous, right? Hillary Clinton. You may have heard it before. Bill Clinton is the president of the United States in the 1990s, and he announced that globalization will bring the prosperity and peace to the human civilization. So he claimed that globalization is the guidance of US foreign policy. So what is globalization? There are two basic definitions. First, in terms of economic, globalization means the cooperation on a business level between all the countries. So you can see some phenomena related with that, such as the multinational cooperations emerging and the cross-national flow of funds. But in a wider level, globalization means the multiple interdependence, which means every country's security, prosperity, and development are now all related with other countries very closely. So why we should learn the international relations knowledge in the era of globalization? There are three reasons of it. The first reason is very important and is related with everyone's daily life. I mean, if you look around, things like oil price, like stock market, and economic prosperity, those things around us is all related with the things happening in the international community. Let me give you an example. The financial tsunami happened in the end of 2008 in the United States. Some of you might still remember that. Eventually caused the worldwide economic recession, and almost every country has been impacted, including Taiwan. The other example, the civil war happened in Syria after 2012. Eventually, it caused the refugee crisis in West Europe. There are so many countries' government has been impacted, such as Germany or United Kingdom. The other reason is because we are Taiwanese, and Taiwan is a very special country. So we have a very difficult diplomatic situation. We are involved in very complicated international issues such as the cross-strait relations, the Sino-US relations, the Japan-US alliance. Taiwan is all involved in those issues. And the third reason is, unfortunately, our country, Taiwan, is facing a crisis of the losing brine resources, which means in Taiwan, a lot of people who has been well educated, they choose to leave Taiwan, go to other countries to find a job. They go to United States, they go to European countries, they go to Japan, and China, or even ASEAN countries. Those people choose to leave Taiwan not only for the better pay, but also for the better economic scenario. They think the future will be better. So that means you guys, probably some of you will leave Taiwan maybe 5 or 6 years later. But the question is, if you know nothing about the Southeast Asia, how can you do business in ASEAN countries? So that is a very important thing, right? So let's check the major actors in international relations. What I mean is, we can imagine international relations as a stage. The actors on the stage and their interaction, the pattern of their interactions will constitute the international politics. So since we refer this situation as an international relation, so I think sovereign country is the basic and major actors. So maybe someone have heard before, there are 4 basic elements organized modern country. Anyone know the answer? Population, territory, government, and sovereignty. Can anyone translate? Can help me to translate in Chinese? Sovereignty. Thank you. Yep. Usually when we say, oh, this is a country, that means there are a specific group of people who live on a well-defined land. They establish some institute to deal with the public affairs. And they claim they have legal rights to determine their domestic or foreign policy and receive the acknowledgement from other countries. That is the elements of other countries. So the next question is, how many countries in the world today? 195 or 196. I use a term found 196, which means I cannot give you an accurate number. There are two reasons. First, country is just like a human being, has a problem with birth and death. For example, we just got the youngest country in the world. Anyone know what country is the youngest in the world? Not Taiwan. In Africa, right here, very small country. The South Sudan, Republic of South Sudan. This country was just founded in 2012. Very young, 7 years old. The other reason is I cannot give you an accurate number of how many countries in the world today is because there are some countries that cannot receive the wild acknowledgement from the international community. Like what? Taiwan. Is Taiwan a country? Republic of China. We have territory. We have population. We are adopted, can determine our domestic and foreign policy. We have sovereignty. And we have a government, not the best one, but still work. So, of course, we are a country, but some countries do not recognize our sovereign status. The United States, the mainland China, and Japan do not recognize. So, it's controversial is Taiwan a country? Okay, the third is, which country are more influential? Although there are 196 countries in the world, but I believe most of the countries you never heard of before, and you will never visit later in the future, right? So the countries that are more influential in the international relations are actually very, very few. United States, United Kingdom, France, Russia, and China, these 5 countries usually will say they are the most powerful country in the world today. These 5 countries all have nuclear weapons, and they are all the permanent members of the UN Security Council. Of course, Japan and Germany is a very powerful country too. But since they are the defeat country in World War II, so these 2 countries are not allowed to have nuclear weapons and doesn't have the permanent seats in UN Security Council. And I don't think anyone will say a country like India, South Africa, Brazil, and Iraq is a superpower. No, they're not superpower, but you can't deny that they are the most influential country in the region they are right in. For example, Brazil is the most powerful country in South America. South Africa is the most advanced country in the African continent. And India is the biggest country in South Asia, right? So usually we refer this country as a regional power. And there are 2 countries, the South and North Korea. Although they are just a middle power, but they still receive a lot of attention from the international community because of the amazing economic development and nuclear technology development project. The other major actors in international relations is international organization. And those organizations are composed of some sovereign countries and with the function of maintaining the international order and promoting international cooperation. So we can distinguish those organizations in 3 different types, depending on the nature of their members. The first one is the general organization. That means the organization is open to every country, such as the United Nations, UN. I think you've heard that before, right? United Nations. Any country can apply to join the United Nations as long as it agrees with the peaceful idea of the United Nations and agree the basic obligation for the members. Is Taiwan a member of the United Nations? No, we're not a member of the UN because most of the countries in the United Nations not agree with our sovereign status. Second is the regional organization. That means those organizations are composed of some countries neighboring each other in certain region. For example, the European Union, EU, the ASEAN, the SCO we mentioned before. So they only care about the things happening in a certain region. The third is the functional organization. This kind of organization usually are also the worldwide. Every country can apply to join, but this kind of organization usually only focus on certain policy area. For example, WTO, you heard that before, the World Trade Organization, they only care about the trade issues. Is Taiwan the member of WTO? No, we're still. It's a very strange name. We're not joining the WTO with the name Republic of China or Taiwan. No, our name is the separate territory custom of Taiwan, Jinben, Penghu, Mazu. Yeah. Very weird. Yeah. And the other example is WHO, the World Health Organization. Only cares about the issues of medical issues in international community. So is Taiwan the member of WHO? No, but we are the member, we are the observer of the WHA, World Health Assembly. Is an institute inside the WHO, and we are an observer, so that means when the meeting is over, we can sit right there and observe. There are some other actors on the stage of international relations. The first is the non-governmental organization. Those organizations was founded because of some reason. Usually they are engaging in some charitable affairs. For example, this one, the Red Cross, International Committee of Red Cross. They are doing some social welfare things, right? And the other one is the Tzu Ji Foundation. I think you have heard it. It's from Taiwan and has a very good reputation in the whole Asian region. And the other one is political entity. Political entity. That means there are some countries, they have the elements of a country. They have population, territory, sovereignty, and government, but other countries not recognize this state status. So, for example, Taiwan. The country like mainland China or Japan or the United States, they do not recognize Taiwan's country status. They will refer to Taiwan as a political entity. And the third is multinational corporations. Some companies very huge and very influential in the world. For example, I think the most famous and most influential company in the world is Apple Computer, right? You may all heard the news about the new iPhone. They just presented yesterday, right? iPhone 11, right? I mean, you have to admit, those companies are very huge and very rich, and their influence are even bigger in some middle or small-sized countries. For example, can anyone tell me what happened in Nigeria in the past years? Anything about Nigeria? A country in Africa. Some of you have never heard that before, right? But when Apple Computer released the update of the iOS system, everyone was checking the system update, right? Okay, when we say the country is a major actor of international relations, we are automatically assume the country is a single actor. No, the country is actually a collective of people. So who make the decision of the foreign policy is actually still the leader of the country. So there are some leaders on the PowerPoint. I know the picture is very, very small. But let me make a short introduce. This guy, Donald Trump. Well, he's a very special president. He's the current president of the United States. He took office after 2017, and he's a very, very fickle president, unpredictable. And next to Trump, this one is Vladimir Putin. There's something say Putin probably is the most powerful leader in the world today. He has been in power since the 2001 until now. And he has successfully established a solid authoritarian system in Russia. And the third is Xi Jinping, as known as Winnie the Pooh. You remember that before, right? Compared with his predecessor, Xi Jinping is a very strong and powerful leader, and he not only launched the large-scale anti-corruption plan in China, but also proposed some very ambitious foreign policies, such as One Belt, One Road. And it also caused the worrying and confrontation from other countries. So that is one of the reasons President Trump decided to launch the trade war on China. And this guy is the brand new Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, Boris Johnson. He's the former mayor of London City, and famous of the strange hairstyle and tough political position of Brexit. He has announced that he will lead Britain to leave the European Union before the October 31. And his guy, Emmanuel Macron, the current president of France, and very young, he's only 40 years old. And President Macron's economic reform plan has caused the wild social protest. But after he strengthened the communication with people, the situation has been improved. And some media also very interested in his marriage life. You may have heard before. His wife was his high school teacher and 24 years older than him. And that's very interesting. And that's the only woman on the PowerPoint is Angela Merkel. You may have heard that before. She is the current Prime Minister of Germany and probably the most famous female leader in the world today. And over the past 14 years, Merkel is always the backbone of Germany and the European Union. However, Prime Minister Merkel's and her party's power is rapidly shrinking because of the unpopular policy of refugees. And this is Abe Shinzo, the current Prime Minister of Japan. Abe Shinzo is a politician with a strong color of nationalism. So in the past few years, Prime Minister Abe and his cabinet has dedicated to strengthen the national defense power of Japan and try to lift the constitutional constraints to build the regular army. And this guy is the Modi, the current Prime Minister of India. Do you know what country is the biggest democratic country in the world? Not the United States, India. Modi is leading the biggest democratic country in the world and try everything to improve the livelihood of people. This is the president of Iran, Rouhani, Hassan Rouhani. Iran is experiencing a serious economic recession because of this sanction from the United States. In past almost 10 years, Iran has keep arguing with the United States on the issue of developing nuclear technology. The Iran's government said, all we want to do is, build some nuclear power plants. But the US government, they say, no, Iran wants to make some nuclear bombs. So if President Rouhani cannot get a consensus with President Trump, I'm afraid Iran's economy will be much more worse in the near future. This guy is the new president of Brazil, Bolsonaro. Bolsonaro was a very successful businessman with right-wing thoughts. So some people call him as a Brazil Trump. And Brazil is also facing a very serious economic recession right now. So we don't know if this president can improve the situation.